Love this, but let me tell you, you get to talk a lot today to each other, so don't worry. Good morning, everybody. My name is Tina Roth-Eisenberg. I'm the founder of Creative Mornings and your New York City chapter host. For those of you who are regulars, you're like, why is there no music? Today's a little different all around, so just buckle up. But first off, how cool is it to be at the Ace Hotel in Brooklyn? It's our first time here, and I want to thank Darius. Is Darius here? Where is he? We have to make sure Darius is here because he has to come up in a few minutes. Can my team make sure Darius is here? Okay. Anyway, Darius and Dakota invited us. They actually knocked on our door. I nearly fell off my chair when I read the email. It's like, hey, so we went to Honolulu Creative Mornings, and we really love what you're doing. Can we host you? And I was like, twist my arm. Yes. So who is at the Ace for the first time? Oh, a few of you. Did you know this existed? No? Okay. So for those of you unfamiliar with the space, I love how the Ace team very intentionally curates music and gatherings and in the lobby, and they intentionally invite creative kind communities to be part of their universe, like us. And some of our clubs even have stealth mode hosted downstairs, which Darius and Dakota said is cool, by the way. And let me tell you, if you're not familiar with this place, about the food downstairs, because you cannot miss Lily's Roman is a love letter to Rome and your taste buds. And then Koju is a personal favorite. It offers a modern interpretation of omakase, so please check it out. And then, very cool, if you want to work from the lobby afterwards, you are welcome to, or any other day. Ace team is inviting us to. And if you want to just stay here all day or come back later, the Ace team is inviting you to come back because between 7 and 11 p.m., DJ Kwana Parks is taking over the lobby. So Darius and Dakota, thank you so much for hosting us. And then now I need Darius. That is funny. Can somebody give me an update if Darius is on his way? I'm wondering if he's getting coffee. Okay, so I think Darius is getting his coffee because we ran out and we apologize for it. But I'm going to have someone really, really special read the manifesto for us instead of Darius now, and that's Angelica. She's part of our HQ team for many years, and she's normally in Las Vegas, so give a round of applause for Angelica. Hello. Angelica makes so much happen behind the scenes at HQ. So, there we go.
Thank you, Tina. Good morning, everyone. It's lovely to meet you all in person. I see you all in the live stream, so it's nice to see your faces. Everyone is creative. A creative life requires bravery and action, honesty and hard work. We are here to support you, celebrate with you, and encourage you to make the things you love. We believe in the power of community. We believe in giving a damn. We believe in face-to-face connections and learning from others in hugs and high fives. Woo! We bring together people who are driven by passion and purpose, confident that they will inspire one another and inspire change in neighborhoods and cities around the world. Everyone is welcome.
This literally sums up Angelica. She is in an emergency. She's the first one to be there, so thank you. We will give Darius a round of applause afterwards when he's back. How's that? Okay? All right, so now we're going to play a quick game. It's my favorite thing ever. I feel very powerful when we play it. It's called Stand Up If. The rule is very simple. I'm going to project sentences to the screen, and if they apply to you, please stand up if you can. If not, just raise your arms. All right, are you ready? Stand up if you're still waking up right now. I believe you all can become morning people. Stand up if this is your first Creative Mornings. Welcome. I mean this. I will give you a hug afterwards if you come up to me. I want you to feel very welcome. Stand up if you're visiting from another city. Woo, so many. Okay, let's play a game. The farthest away. Who thinks they came the farthest? Okay, where are you from? Portland, Oregon? I think he wins. Can somebody beat that? You win. Okay. Also, there is a chapter in Portland, Oregon. Do you go there? Cool. Stand up if you have more ideas than time. This sums up this community. Stand up if you have volunteered for something recently. You are my people! The volunteering kind, thank you. Stand up if your job title confuses your family. Oh, I wish I could all hear them all right now. Stand up if you are part of Creative Mornings HQ, or if you're standing, raise your arm, because all my entire team is here right now, but they're probably running around for coffee and you don't see anyone. There's Brian back there, in the very corner back there. If you ever watch the live stream, Brian is normally in Austin. He's always behind the scenes, and if you subscribe to our newsletters, that's Brian. So.
If you don't subscribe, do so now, please.
He said, if you don't subscribe, please sign up. Stand up if you have abandoned a passion project, but you still think about it. Oh, let me tell you, people, next month we're going to announce something that is going to speak to your soul, so just stay tuned. We have a very cool campaign coming up. And then stand up if you're a Creative Mornings Club host. Oh, that's Katie from Ride Shop. Which one? Bittersweet Reels. I love it. Thank you for hosting clubs. Stand up if you have ideas for clubs and have secretly been scheming in your head. You should come talk to us. Oh, 2, 3, 4. See, I know. Come to us afterwards. Come to me afterwards, or to Crystal, who's somewhere in the room. We want to help you get unlocked with the clubs. And if you're like, I have no idea what she is talking about, Clubs is our latest successful experiment, giving you all more opportunities to get together and make friends besides the Friday mornings. Oh my God, there's Darius. Darius, we want to give you a round of applause. Darius! Right there, raise your arms up. No, he doesn't want to. Okay. Anyway, back to clubs. Clubs are hyper-local, small meetups run by you for the community. And we have currently 45 thriving clubs in 10 cities. And we started the clubs based on the belief that community is what happens when you do things you love together. And so if there's something you love doing, and you want to make friends doing it, you are hereby invited to start a club on CreativeMornings.com. And you can apply on our website on the clubs page, and we are here to help you unlock your idea, to get over any hurdles you might have, and we want to help you make it happen. And the person who is single-handedly allowing us to make this happen is the wonderful Ruth Ann Harnish. Ruth Ann has changed the trajectory of Creative Mornings in 2024 when she asked me out for coffee and decided on the spot, after talking to me for 10 minutes, to give us $1 million. She has single-handedly, yes, let's give her a round of applause. She has become our first ever patron, and if you are interested in knowing who this person is, there's a December event. Debbie Millman interviewed her at a Design Matters podcast, and it's a beautiful conversation. And then let me raise our cups of coffee to our corporate patrons, AK partners, and because they make Creative Mornings possible. For example, there's Adobe. They support us on a global level. And as a global partner, they are fully embedded in our entire ecosystem. For example, here in Lisbon, Bengaluru, Chicago, Paris, San Francisco, Tegucigalpa, or here at the 10th anniversary event of Charlotte. And Adobe really cares deeply for our community and for us thriving in our creative profession. And that's why they agreed to launch the second season of the highly successful Level Up series, offering 52 online workshops this year on topics like polishing your portfolio, job searching, making AI work for you, etc., etc. We'll put the link for Level Up Season 2 in the follow-up email. And then on a local level, we have Harvest who's supporting us. They're famous for their time tracking software, and as a lover of quotes, I always think of them when I find a time-related quote, like this one. Human beings are the only creatures on the planet that tell time and think they have to earn a living. I love Buckminster Fuller. So if you think about time in your day today and you have to do time tracking, check out harvest.com. It's an excellent tool for independent creatives and small businesses, so thank you, Harvest. And then last but not least, our very, very beloved MPB partner. They make it super easy and worth it to sell your old camera gear or video gear that you're not using, or upgrading for gently used gears. So if you have something sitting in your drawer, set them free. And I urge you to check out their website. I'm amazed at how much gear new gear they have every week. Just last week, they added 4,000 new items. I love that a business model like this that is so non-extractive and planet-friendly exists and run by deeply, deeply generous and caring humans. So thank you, MPB. Are you still with me? Okay, good. All right. Our global theme for the month of March is local. It was chosen by our Santos chapter in Brazil and illustrated by Simon Matias. And now I am so delighted to introduce Guy Benaron, the founder and executive director of a deeply thoughtful organization called The Jar. Last year, I got to experience the magic of a jar event myself in a private home here on the Upper West Side, with a group of 35 strangers who quickly became friend material. I have never in my life before had as quickly, as deep and open conversations with strangers. I left buoyant and with a sense of possibility, may I even say giddy. Guy and his team are master human gatherers, and we are all lucky enough to experience his magic this morning. Please give a rockstar round of applause for Guy Benaron.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. There we go. As Tina said, my name is Guy Benaron, and I'm the executive director and founder at The Jar. This feels like Coachella, coming to talk to creatives here. We're going to do what we normally do at the very end of a Jar event, which is a group photo. This is like, I feel like I'm with all the rock stars of New York City. Make some noise! Amazing. A good friend of mine repeats the sentence over and over again. Living in a diverse city doesn't necessarily mean you interact with a diverse population. Who here can agree with that sentiment? I felt this very strongly in the first 10 years of my career. The first 10 years of my career, I was a theater director and ran a theater company. Lots of drama. Very intense. Very joyful. Colorful. Lots of bubbly and openings and fun. And one of the things I learned from directing theater and running a theater company in the first 10 years was how to go deep fast, to really go into relationships very quickly, to say yes to the person in front of you, and make some really meaningful friendships, and take naps whenever possible. But ultimately, while those 10 years were very gratifying, very creative, with over 35 different productions in the US, Canada, United Kingdom, I felt alone. And this was actually before the loneliness epidemic was launched as a brand. But I felt others were feeling alone too. And I felt the feeling of living in silos and being in silos that are dictated by society, depending on who we love, how we pray, what we look like, how much money we earn, our educational background, etc., etc. And I felt that others were feeling this too. There's a story and an experience that I had over and over again going to cultural events. I would sit in the back row. I would see an alarmingly homogeneous room. Whether it was a sea of older white folks, which is what I will likely become, or at affinity groups that was also alarmingly homogenous, I kept thinking, where is a space where we can play it together? How can we invite people into a space where they are with people like them and not like them? But I found myself just complaining over the show would start, the show would end, I'd go home, have a drink, and do nothing about it. But I was not born to complain. I was born to clown. And these questions kept coming up again and again. How can we create rooms that gather around art for people who are like each other and not like one another? And how can we really root that in joy? And that's what gave birth to the jar in 2019. If there's one thing the jar does, if there's one reason the jar exists, it's to help people connect to people who are like them and not like them. And we do that rooted in three things: equity, diversity, and art. At the jar, every single program we have is $10 a head, no matter what. You cannot buy a better experience when you go to the jar. If you can afford $10, you can be in the room. Diversity, as I mentioned, what you look like, how you pray, who you love. And art. At the jar, we think of art as the campfire around which we gather. Art as a stimulus for connection. Art as a shared experience of collective effervescence. It could be theater, it can be comedy, it can be live cartooning, it can be music. But it's art that we gather around. And we do this using something called the convener model. So this is a little bit different, but normally when the jar gathers, you can only gather either as a convener or a guest. This is our kind of wild social experiment. Someone at the jar decides to convene. And with them, they bring a +1, whatever that means for them, whether it's their partner or best friend, two people who are their usuals, whoever they'd call on a Friday night to hang out with, and two unusuals, two people who may not look, love, or pray like them. And they all go to the jar. We've learned three things from doing this over 250 times since 2019. One, no one's alone. Every single person in the room is connected to 5 other people. And that gives a certain fluidity and openness to introduce yourself to someone else. 2, there's no usual or unusual. What I love about this picture is these two people convened on the same night and brought people who were like them and not like them. And 3, everyone can do it. When we did a survey with demographic data of our conveners at a Wave of Programming 2 years ago, we discovered that the conveners in the room were almost one-to-one the makeup of the city which we operate in, which is Boston. Pretty extraordinary. At the jar, every single jar event has 4 things. Drinks, always fun, whether it's coffee. Art, something to gather around. A social mixer that is thematic to what you just experienced. And dessert. Because we recognize that when we gather in spaces like this, and we may explore topics that might be painful to us, might be joyful to us, we always want to end on a sweet note. It's like rerouting neurons for people, that gathering in diverse spaces is a joyful thing. When we studied the impact of what we were doing, we found 4 things. 1, diverse rooms. The jar truly creates diverse rooms. Great. 2, a reduced sense of polarization. Folks who come to the jar say they are 87% more likely at the jar to be open to somebody's political opinion that's not their own, to hear someone's lived experience that is very different from them. And just imagine that in today's times. The 3rd is an increased sense of social cohesion. Folks said that they are 89% more likely to have a friend who doesn't look like them thanks to the jar. who has a friend who isn't in their age group, who doesn't earn like them, has a different socioeconomic background, who doesn't pray like them. And the last one kind of took me by surprise. Everyone we interviewed for this said that whenever they leave the jar, they leave with a sense of hope. A little bit of hope in their neighborhood. This theme for Creative Mornings for the month is local. And what a wonderful thing to have hope for the community that you live in. Okay. Are you all ready to get to know your neighbor? Are you ready to experience some art together? Are you ready to make new friends? Good. I was told you're a community bound together by love and creativity, and here we are. Okay, so normally we would be in someone's home or a cafe or a theater, and this is a slightly larger group than we normally have, and we are thrilled about that. Today, you're going to hear the story of a painted, curated for us by Samantha, a member of the jar. You'll then create groups of 4, 3 different groups of 4, and you'll answer 3 provocations that are thematic to what you just heard. And we'll have closing remarks. You'll be out of here by 10:25. Sounds good? Do not worry. We will tell you where to go, who to be with, and what to talk about. This may get personal, maybe a little messy, especially the shuffling of the chairs. And it will surely be utterly human. And with that, I'll invite Samantha. Yeah? Oh, yes, of course. In a moment, you won't move now, but in a moment, we'll ask you to pick up your chairs because that'll be really fun, comedic moment. I'd like to invite my friend Samantha, who will tell you a story, and the story behind this painting.
Good morning, Creative Mornings. It's such a privilege to be here. Leading up to today, I wanted to back out about 4 times because this is a little bit of a deep dive, but I'm offering the story. It's a life as art story for you so that you can experience the jar. So I made this painting of my son's dad, my ex-husband, and myself. It was about 2 months into our relationship, and we were at a beautiful outdoor summer concert, and the image came to me as a download, right? So, and so I painted it, and after we got married, it hung on our bedroom wall. And we were just starting out, so I wanted to pop it into one of those craft store frames where you just pop it in, but he said, no, let's frame it nicely. And so we put a beautiful gold frame around it. And it hung on our bedroom wall for 10 years. And in many ways, it was a great marriage. When we first met, we were devoted spiritual seekers, and we actually met through a yogic meditation center where we were both very involved. He led weekly meditations. I hosted gatherings, and I served on the steering committee. When we got married, the entire music department led a call and response chant in lieu of the rehearsal dinner. Both our parents, Catholic, did not show up. It was wonderful. And central to our meditation practice was this idea of the blue pearl, the Nila Bindu, which is in that cosmology, a spark of divine consciousness that you hope to see in deep meditation. If you're an advanced meditator, I never saw it. But I, painted it thinking like, yeah, that would be the goal of our marriage, our relationship. And our wedding vow, in fact, was to bring each other closer to God. hey, let's, bring each other closer to God. So that's all good. And it was a charmed marriage. I felt it was meant to be. Hashtag feeling blessed was often used. And we were admired as a couple and respected. We were coaches and facilitators. We led couples retreats. People twice our age came to us for relationship advice. And, it was beautiful. But there were some less visible, less admirable qualities to our marriage. He wouldn't take out the garbage unless I reminded him. I wouldn't empty the dishwasher or do the dishes unless he expressed frustration. We both stepped over dirty laundry. We both stalled on changing smoke detectors and light bulbs. And then there was the ADD constant interrupting as he expounded some deep, profound idea and insight. And he never knew who my son's pediatrician was. All that is to say, these are little things, but the little things add up, right? Fast forward, lots of fights, lots of arguments. We decided to get a divorce. And we were so enlightened, we agreed that it was best to separate because the root of it is that in each other's presence, we actually felt more flawed than good, and we felt more broken than whole in each other's presence. And so we said, we are no longer bringing each other closer to God. This should end, which was wonderful, and it would have been a sweet, amicable divorce if not for the fact that 2 years before our marriage ended, we decided to open up our relationship. Rather, he asked, I agreed. And we did set out parameters and guidelines, but let's say there was some miscommunication about what was okay and not. And sparing you the details, we had a major open relationship snafu. And the net of it is that when we made our separation public, he announced after that he was deeply in love, then announced that he was engaged, and when our divorce papers came through, he sent out wedding invitations. Yeah. That was 6 years ago. That was six years ago. Yes! That was 6 years ago, and so much healing and growth has taken place. That 6 years, that's another talk. But where we are is that we are fabulous co-parents. We talk and text almost every week, talking about the priority schedules for our son. We have family dinner about once a month. And I can honestly say I truly enjoy and appreciate our co-parenting relationship. And when people ask me, how did you do it? And, I tell them the story. And it's a bedtime book I used to read to my son by Neil Donald Walsh called The Little Soul in the Earth. And in that story, there are two little souls that are preparing to come to Earth. And one little soul says, I hear that forgiveness is one of the most incredible feelings that human beings can experience. And I really want to experience it. And the second little soul says, I can help you. I'll do something to you so that you'll have to forgive me. And the first little soul said, you do that for me? That's a lot to take on, to hurt your friend. And the second little soul said, yeah, I think here it is. No matter what I do, please never forget who I really am. Yeah. And so that's what we've been doing for 6 years. We've asked each other for forgiveness, and we continually strive to see the best in each other. And, it's something that we know because life, bad choices, and trauma, take us away from our best selves. And so I now see the Blue Pearl was originally consciousness within yourself in deep meditation. My interpretation now, it's the consciousness between us in a relationship. And I love the relationship I have now. with my son's father, that we continue to bring each other closer to God. And we see that we're grateful for each other being practice partners, to find the blue pearl between us and between each other, that we can continue to see the fundamental goodness in each other, despite when we step on each other's toes, and continue to bring each other a little closer to God. So that's my story. Thank you so much. Oh, the painting. So, because this is one of the, so the thing is, the prompts come from the story, and I missed the critical part. When he announced his marriage and wedding, he also shared on Facebook that he had found the love of his life and soul partner on Facebook to all our mutual friends, and the painting came down. Came down, and I wanted to burn it. I tried to burn it. I planned to burn it, but I couldn't burn it because it was still beautiful to me, but also now very, very painful. And so I wrapped it up and put it at the back of my closet. Spoiler alert, one of your questions. And that's where it lives. I brought it out special. It's not even here. It's on screen. And it's still there. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you. At the jar, we always say that art is the campfire around which we gather. So now it's time to make some s'mores. Before we'll gather in groups of 4, and I'll share some instructions, there's just some jar community guidelines. 1, and this is strictly for time, let everyone speak once before speaking again in your groups. 2, just be mindful if you're interrupting or asking questions, and curiosity is wonderful. But just be mindful if it's additive or sort of takes us down another turn. And the 3rd one is ouch oops. Has anyone heard of ouch oops? Ouch oops is a framework that helps us get through difficult conversations. 1, discomfort may be uncomfortable, but it's totally fine. It's a space out of which we grow, right? But harm is not. So if somebody says something that is harmful to you, will you say, ouch? And if you said something harmful, you're not a horrible person. You don't have to crawl into a hole or die. You don't have to leave the room. You say, great. You say, oops. You remedy that, and we move on. So those are the 3 guidelines. Okay. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to turn and create groups of 4. Before you do that, you'll pick up your coffee cups and your banana peels. You'll create groups of 4. If you came with someone, it's totally okay to be in a group with a person that you came with. If you didn't come here with anybody, you'll make some new friends. We're going to do this 3 times, so I'm going to bring you back. So be mindful that I'll be bringing you back. We'll also be walking around with signs that say halfway through and 2 minutes left. You'll see them. So in a moment, I'm going to ask a provocation. The first provocation is, what's an object you own that you have mixed feelings about? This is going to stay up here. Don't worry. So we're going to gather into groups of 4. It's going to be a little messy. We'll embrace the mess like we embrace the messiness of life. So please find 3 people who are close to you. The jar guidelines. And go. Abigail may be the one who. Abigail is the one who. And if you're joining us with a live stream, you're welcome to journal about this provocation or share it in the chat. Thank you for joining us. We're halfway through. Two minutes. 2 minutes. Having fun? Good. We're going to be doing this 2 more rounds. I'll just reintroduce the JAR guidelines, if helpful. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to take one person who you just met and go meet 2 new people. Same thing, 10 minutes. So one person who you just met, and go meet two strangers. And the next provocation is, what was something... I'm seeing a lot of dread. Don't worry, you're not in the dread alone. What was something or someone you thought was meant to be for you, but you had to let go of? What was something or someone you thought was meant to be for you, but you had to let go of? Grab your person's hand and go make some new friends. And for those of us joining us in the live stream, again, you're welcome to journal your answers or contribute in the chat. Thank you for joining. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. I'm seeing lots of. In a moment, we're going to create new groups one last time. Just a house management note. People left their coat chair, maybe far away. This is a community bound. You're be there, so. And don't want to be on a stand. That's also totally fine. Also totally fine. So, in a moment, I'll ask you to take one person who you just met, one new person who you just met, and create one last group of 4. Say thank you to your group before you do that. And the last question is, when was a moment you chose to see the good in someone or something when it was challenging to do so? This is the big awe question. Go. Okay. I'll just ask everyone, you can move your chair or move your body towards here. Oh, no, wow. This is the best group. Such self-organizing. Thank you. You just did the jar in action. Hopefully you met some folks who are like you. Yes? Raise your hand. Met someone who's like you. Did you meet someone who's not like you? Amazing. This is something you can take out into the world. I just want to share with you a little bit of what's next in the jar story. This community at the jar and this practice is really founded to create a more connected world. And the model is starting to scale. It's starting to move. Our next chapter, at the moment, we serve 2,500 folks a year. We're moving fast towards serving 8,500 folks a year in rooms like this. And we're very grateful to Creative Mornings and to Tina for the invitation for bringing this here. At the moment, there's programming that's pretty regular in Boston. In LA, we're just launching, and we're doing it through partnerships there. In New York, all of you lovely people at Creative Mornings. If there are folks in the room who had idea for clubs, and somebody has an idea for a jar club at Creative Mornings, come find me at the end, or Abigail, and we'll be very happy to talk to you. And we just came, Abigail and I just flew in from Bowling Green, Ohio, which was an incredible experience to see what happens when the jar is in a very small town in Middle America. In that small town, folks came and said, I know half this room. I have never heard any of those stories from them. If you had a good time and you'd like to experience the jar again, you can take out your phone. It's the only time I'll ever encourage phones. Scan this code, and we'll make sure you get updates on when we're in New York. This QR code will also be out in the lobby, so feel free to scan it then. I'll be remiss if not to thank some of our partners. These are the folks who make the jar possible. They fuel the jar. At a moment when we are so hungry for connection, these are some of our partners who make all of this possible. Tina.
You give it back to me.
I'm going to give it back to you with a final thank you.
Can we give another round of applause for this wonderful experience? We have a few minutes left, and I know you are a Q&A kind of group. Have any burning questions for Guy and his crew around the jar and what you just experienced? If yes, raise your hand. Yep.
I'm curious, how do you remove some bias, like when you're saying New York, Los Angeles, Bowling Green? How do you remove like the bias of the people coming into the room of who you're going to get to be there?
How do you remove the bias for anyone as they come? Sure. So when you normally go to a jar happening, what we do is you're invited by someone. So one, you're coming through the kindness of a stranger or a new friend. And the second thing is you get an email that says, here's what you're going to experience. You're going to meet people like you and not like you. And there's a very helpful 54-second video that people can watch and go, oh, this is what I'm going to walk into. So it gives this room, when you were hearing that buzz, That's what we cue people. There's that cue for them to know they're walking into that type of room. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Andrew. Oh, hello. What's in the jar?
All of you. To tell you the quick story of why the name. So I would love to have a really fun, smart answer to tell you, oh, it's because of this, because of that. I just loved, what are you doing Friday night? I'm going to the jar. I like the sound. And then, before I launched this, I had 250 coffee dates. I was highly caffeinated. And I did this thing where I asked people said to me, what are you going to call this thing? And I'd say, I have to film you for your reaction of the name. And you're going to tell me why you think it's called the jar. I was getting lots of meetings. So some folks said it's jarring. It's transparent, but it doesn't have to be. And when you put things in and shake things up, you come out a little bit differently. All of those people, much smarter than me. I just like the name.
Good morning. I'm Busayo. Thank you for this incredible experience. I was curious about the art and how you go about selecting the art. What do you think about sort of what is being provoked, and kind of the alignment of the space and the container with the particular piece that's being explored and discussed?
Amazing. Thank you. We have a fabulous director of programming, Abigail Vega. Abigail works tirelessly to find pieces of art that will stimulate this type of connection. There's two program lines at the jar. One, there's ones where professional artists come and put on a show. So we've had Yo-Yo Ma play the cello, live drawn by Liza Donnelly, a New Yorker cartoonist. We've had group communal choir night, where everybody was invited to sing together. We just did samba night, where people danced and learned how to dance together. And then we have a program like what you just experienced. And those are actually curated by members of the jar. And we have an offer. We say, do you have a piece of art that's meaningful to you? And can you share the story behind that? That's almost 3/4 of our programming. So 3/4 of our programming is not curated by us. It's curated by community members. And it's an invitation for people to say, I have a piece of art. And you don't have to have a fancy art collection. Everyone has art in their life. One of the most beautiful stories was a woman in her late 70s who shared a song that's been in her life for over 50 years and shared the story of that song. So the art, we always say, if someone has a personal connection to that art, a story and prompts will arise. Thank you for that question.
One more round of applause for Guy. Before I let you go, and by the way, there is more coffee. So for those of you who need another cup, there's more coffee out there. And you're invited to co-work downstairs in the lobby if you want to hang out. So these events would not be as smooth as they are if it wasn't for a rock star group of volunteers. They are the best people ever. Abby, Alicia, Angelica, Anushka, Brian, Crystal, Daniel, Finn, Kate, Katie, Kevin, Kristen, Krista, Kristen, Lena, Leah, Lenny, Murray, Megan, Meredith, Oriana, Sue, and Whitney. We're always going to applaud till the very end because Whitney sometimes doesn't get applause. Can we give Whitney applause too? Thank you. And then thanks to Connie, we can watch these talks again. She's been with us for almost 8 years now. Thanks to Nelson, you can see how good you look. She's back there. And then Matthew, our live stream master. Next month, we're going to be back at L'Alliance, the beautiful space on 60th Street or 59th Street with Hallie Lee. She's an incredible human, so that should be exciting. And then I want to leave you with a quote. And this one is actually an excerpt out of a really beautiful article that I keep going back to, and it's about listening. When we listen, something changes, not only in the speaker or the sound, but in the space between. Listening thickens the air. It introduces a subtle gravity. It bends time slightly, slowing the rush toward conclusion. A room where listening is practiced does not behave the same way as a room filled with noise or declaration. It holds, it resonates, it becomes porous. Listening then is not immaterial, it has weight. It presses against bodies, it recognizes attention, posture, breath. It alters the chemistry of encounter. We will send you a link to the article in the follow-up email. It's Listening as Alchemy by the Bureau for Listening, and I just truly, truly love it. And you all did this today. You listened to each other. You are the most fun community ever to make experiments like this with, so thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of this community. See you next month.